This is Hino's Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. We keeping a foot on the what? On the next. We're gonna run this shit back, man. Teofimo Lopez was fucking in for this motherfucker to win. Let me say it again. The fix was in for this motherfucker to win. Bob Arum, I see right through your bullshit, man. Bob Arum and Loma must have had a fallout. This is the only way that I could rationalize this shit. He was trying to humble Vasiliy Lomachenko because Vasiliy Lomachenko was becoming bigger than the fucking brand. See, this is what Top Rank does. This is their MO. They did this shit with Oscar De La Hoya. And we're not talking about the Floyd Mayweather fight, but then we also gonna talk about the Floyd Mayweather fight. Oscar De La Hoya lost some notable fights because he was becoming too big for Top Rank. And Bob Arum had to humble his ass. Hence, he pushed Floyd Mayweather right there. So Floyd Mayweather could be the one to humble him. Bob Arum has an MO. You guys have to follow the cookie crumbs. So get the notepads out, get to the damn scribbling of what I'm talking about. This is why Floyd Mayweather became the cash cow. Because he beat Oscar De La Hoya. And no one can argue that. And what happened since? Oscar De La Hoya left fucking he left Top Rank, started up Golden Boy Promotions. Then with Floyd Mayweather, when he beat Oscar De La Hoya, what happened? Him and Bob Arum was having their riffs. All kinds of shit was fucking happening. You name it, etc., etc. Ultimately, Floyd Mayweather left. And you know why? Because Bob Arum had Manny Pacquiao right behind Floyd. And he was trying to bring his ass up. Y'all gotta follow the cookie crumbs of what I'm talking about. Because it's in its most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-telling fashion. You gotta render this shit for what it is. Manny Pacquiao shows up on the fucking scene. And all of a sudden, Floyd can't beat Manny. Blah, 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 blah. Who was running the headlines behind that? Who was pushing the rumor behind that? Bob fucking Arum. Then when Floyd leaves, now Manny Pacquiao is becoming too big for the fucking brand. What happens? The Jeff Horn type of fights happen. The Timothy Bradley fights type of happen. You see what I'm saying? Hino's Sport is on the thumb and the needle of the damn situation. And then all of a sudden, what ends up happening? Manny Pacquiao ultimately leaves Top Rank. Then who's the next guy that gets propped up? Vasiliy Lomachenko. Vasiliy Lomachenko is the guy that Bob Arum said was Picasso. Don't take my fucking word for it. Timothy Bradley. He said, man, he's like the second coming of Sugar Ray Leonard. And what happened with Vasiliy Lomachenko was starting to cut against the grain of the brand. See, I didn't say Timothy Bradley, but Terrence Buck Crawford, the Chihuahua, barking behind the damn fence. He hasn't cut against the grain. So that's why Bob Arum hasn't fucked him over. Bob Arum's fucked him over a different way, but it's not like this. Something happened where Vasiliy Lomachenko was becoming too big. His brand was becoming too big. And Bob Arum had to fucking humble his ass. And who shows up now? The super duper hype job variation, Teofimo Lopez. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. But the truth is, Teofimo Lopez is must-see TV because he runs his rabbit ass mouth. Even though he has fake fucking bravado, even though Teofimo Lopez isn't what everybody thinks he is, and the true boxing eye test tells you otherwise, he's must-see TV. Love him or fucking hate him. And Bob Arum is a businessman after all, so he's going to get behind supply and demand. And he sees how this kid is basically stirring the ship, stirring the needle. So give credit to the Lopez family for that. That's smart on their part to make themselves stand out, right? Because you're supposed to be able to make yourself stand out and be a showman. Boxing is not just about what you do in the ring. It's also being a showman. So I'm only going to give them credit from that standpoint. But what happened? What was the result of the fucking fight? Teofimo Lopez's schnauzer was fat as fuck. Go look at the end of the post fight. Look at his face. You think his face got lumped the fuck up like that because he wasn't getting tagged the fuck up? Vasiliy Lomachenko was dominating this guy in the second half of the fight. He clearly won this fight 7-5, 7 rounds to 5. But Bob Arum wasn't having it. He had to humble Vasiliy Lomachenko because he has another agenda for Vasiliy Lomachenko. It is to fight Naoya Inoue at 130. What Hino's Sport is talking about can be quantified, calculated, and verified. Let me say it again. It can be quantified, calculated, and verified. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. And then the Lopez family, watch they come up with an excuse. Oh, we don't have a rematch because there ain't no rematch clause. This whole rematch clause, enacted or not enacted, is bullshit. Because if the fight fans really want it via supply and demand, whether it's activated or not, because the money is there, they'll make that fucking shit happen. I don't know not many people that wouldn't want to see a rematch. Even super duper hype job variation fanboys. Because in their mind, they're deluded. They think that the super duper hype job variation won, even though he didn't do fundamentally what he said he was supposed to do. He was supposed to stop Vasiliy Lomachenko in 6. What the fuck happened with that? His dad said it won't go past 2. How come Hino's Sport is always the motherfucker to bring out the Hino's Sport elephant in the fucking room? Because when you look at this shit and you start peeling the layers of the onion, the three-pronged monster of boxing was enacted. It was activated. Economics, politics, and pugilism. And like Tupac told Nas, you and I know the truth, motherfucker. You and I know the truth. Bob Arum, I see right through your fuck shit. I see exactly what the fuck you did. From Oscar De La Hoya, to Floyd Mayweather, to Manny Pacquiao, to fucking Vasiliy Lomachenko, and now to Teofimo Lopez. I see right through you. You wanted to prop this kid up. And you wanted to humble Loma because something happened behind the scenes. And we're not going to know this shit until after the fact. Because Loma, one thing that I know about him, when he's pissed, he's going to say some shit. So I'm waiting in the next few weeks what is going to unravel. And you guys are going to be like, man, Hino's Sport is always on the thumb and the damn needle of the situation. Hino's Sport is always on the wave, dog. And the prediction king strikes again. And the prediction king strikes again. There's nobody, unless you just a Rudy Porter Plum Plum brain, a classic Doden and a troglodyte, an ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric that don't know shit about boxing, that can't see that at worst this fight was a fucking draw. Anyone telling you that Teofimo Lopez won 7 rounds to 5 or 8 rounds to 4, you don't know shit about boxing. The kid was getting tagged the fuck up. Vasiliy Lomachenko is collecting the data the first half of the fight. And when we give Floyd Mayweather of the world's credit for doing shit like this, and we give the Andre Wards of the world's credit for doing shit like this is why Andre Ward was astute in his assessment. He was like, he's collecting the data, he's defensive. Shit that goes over the knothead ass Timothy Bradley's damn near psychology. This is a guy that was concussed and convulsed for fucking 12 months after the Ruslan Provodnikov fight. So he needs to stop the presses and pump the brakes on the nonsense. Go sit down somewhere and what? In his knothead ass Bradley and higgity fucking what? Hush. You don't have no right to talk about boxing fundamentals, boxing technicalities, because your ass gets tagged the fuck up way too much. And see what Timothy knothead ass Bradley was doing, he was defending the fact that he was a sore loser and he won in a controversial fight. So he had to defend another fellow controversial winner. This is why he was trying to be the loudest person in the room. And you guys always know the loudest person in the room is usually the most insecure. But Andre Ward's assessment was astute. The unofficial scoring card had it a fucking draw. And I'm not mad at that. See, if you say this fight is a fucking draw, Vasiliy Lomachenko, when it's all said and done, 7-5 in Vasiliy Lomachenko's favor or draw, he should be walking away with his fucking belt. Because the super duper hype job variation didn't do enough to win this fucking fight. That's the cold-hearted, that's the unadulterated, and that's the cutthroat two-tailed fashion. Bob Arum was about the fix being the fuck in. Bob Arum wanted supply and demand, and boy did he fucking get it. And see, shit like this is the reason why motherfuckers don't fuck with boxing no more. Shit like this is the reason why motherfuckers are running to MMA. Because they know what their true boxing eye test is telling them. For the real G's, the super real G's, and the ultimate real G's out here in these boxing streets, unless you're just biased to the fact that you wanted Teofimo Lopez to win, then you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. There was no way that Vasiliy Lomachenko lost his belts that night. Was this clearly his hardest fight? Yes. Was he tagged up in some instances in this fight? Yes. But he still did more than the fucking challenger, i.e. the super duper hype job variation in Teofimo Lopez, to win the fucking fight. And Bob Arum knew what the fuck he was doing. That's why he made sure that Loma lost this fight. Because this was supposed to be a Loma humbling experience. Let me say it again. It was supposed to be a Loma humbling experience. I see right through your fuck shit, Bob Arum. I see right through your fuck shit. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. I keeps the foot on the what? On the next. When it's all said and done, Hino's Sport is disgusted with boxing when it's shit like this fucking happens. This is Hino's Sport. Checking out.